The crack of dawn and gate C-13 at Charlotte Douglas was packed.
And I'm 82 years old, and we get to walk around because of these people.
You see by the hats, the jackets, and the patches, these people are those who wore the uniform. Veterans who so many years ago took on missions in so many faraway places.
When you get close to these people and listen to the stories that they have, you can't count the number of heroes that are in this room.
Ronald King flew C-130s over Vietnam.
1966, 67.
Mark Petrino was there on the ground.
Oh yeah, I got the letter from Lyndon Baines Johnson.
To order the military forces of the United States to take action in reply.
He was 18 and about to be part of the Army's 4th Infantry.
My sister was waving the letter in front of me and telling me it's a letter from your Uncle Sam, and I thought it was my Uncle Sam in New Jersey. I couldn't imagine he'd be writing to me, but it was the other Uncle Sam, the one with the hat.
Vietnam is divided at the 17th parallel.
Yes, everybody did something. You didn't have to be infantry. Not everybody was infantry, and all the support, the Navy, even the Marines, for crying out loud. We were all there, and everybody had a job.
Even the Marines?
Even the Marines, yeah.
Branch rivalries don't fade with time, and neither do the stories. The good ones and the difficult.
All right, we're gonna start rolling.
Recognizing them all is what led this group to get on this plane, the Queen City Honor Flight to Washington, D.C.
Good morning.
And they were welcomed aboard by a humble young flight attendant.
It's an honor. It's my first flight, and I'm loving it.
And a veteran pilot, Captain Malcolm Bennett.
It's special to me just to give back to all the people who have given for us. And that's why I got here to do this.
I ask blessings upon each person on this plane.
After landing at Reagan National, the plane was greeted with waving flags and a tune.
Anchors aweigh, my boys.
At the gate was the West Point Alumni Glee Club.
What does it mean to be in these honor flights and watch these guys coming up and see their faces?
It's goosebumps. Goosebumps. We've lost it a few times when some of these guys come out, because when they say some gave all, these guys gave an awful lot.
A point not lost on Jody Nizaka.
Were you just traveling through?
Yes, yeah, just traveling through and waiting for my flight.
The music, the cheering brought her and others over to see the moment.
This is an amazing experience, and I'm so grateful for these men and women that served our country, and I appreciate everything they've done for us.
This is the Army, Mr. Jones.
Seeing their emotions is making me emotional. I think that's most of it, is seeing them get off and seeing everyone clapping for them. I don't think they're expecting to see people get off when they get off to see this. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional just talking about it.
They're heroes, right?
They are heroes. I love that they're going to be able to spend the day here to see the memorials.
Halt and orders. Remain as directed.
In the most solemn of traditions, at the most solemn of places, sounds and steps are measured. There is a rhythm, a precision to everything at the tomb of the unknown. Few get to go past the railings onto the marble walkway. 4 from this trip got the experience of representing all those who were watching and worthy. They were there to lay a wreath before the tomb.
And what an honor I felt. It's just absolutely wonderful that they asked me to do this.
Joni Garamoni immediately flashed back to her 2 tours in Vietnam.
There were 16 wounded men on the ground.
I thought about all the guys that didn't have any identifications on them that came through, our hospital.
She was a nurse treating the wounded.
For some, the price of humane hesitancy comes high.
We couldn't identify them, and that's what I thought about when I was going forward to the unknown soldier.
Order!
She's done a lot of thinking about her time in Vietnam, the things she saw, what she wishes she didn't. She just hasn't done a lot of talking about it until today.
We lost so many guys over there We were short on nurses, we were short on bandages, the whole thing. We couldn't save them all, and that's always bothered me.
Joni, you're talking about, and understandably, the lives lost. How many were saved because of the work you did?
A lot, I guess. We had good doctors, too, and God.
And I'm just grateful that she asked me to be her guardian.
With Joni on her journey was her son.
And I've actually learned quite a bit about her service and what she went through. It's been a little eye-opening. The things that she saw and had to deal with are super emotional and traumatizing to a lot of people. Pretty remarkable what they did.
Can you describe how proud you are?
Oh, super proud. Words can't describe that, no. Like, I'm always proud of the veterans, but when it's, your own family, my dad served as well, and it's extra special.
It's a story that doesn't get told a lot, too, the heroic women of the Vietnam War. Do you think about that and your role in sort of the history that you know?
I do, but I try to make it a small thing of the facts that I saw so much death. So many orphans were made very quickly from Vietnam. I value family, and therefore it was hard for me at times to even talk about it, and I still don't open up my whole soul about it yet.
Do you think you'll get there?
I do believe I will.
Those steps, the healing ones, are the longest, the ones not always perfectly timed. But sometimes the moment is. The sergeant greeting Joni at the tomb was a woman.
I told her, I said, keep doing what you're doing. She said, thank you, ma'am.
They weren't there in person, but they were honored.
They fought in one of the most significant conflicts in history.
Chaplain Scott Ostrowski made sure of it. So did an honor guard. Time is slowly taking our World War II veterans, all those drafted into freedom's fight. Our more modern-day battles are fought by volunteers.
It's emotional, super emotional.
Which is what Michael Gainey was again on this day. The Iraq War veteran was one of those pushing a wheelchair to the tomb of the unknown.
Are you thinking of anybody specifically out there when you're there?
Yeah, good buddy of mine, Russell Shoemaker, got killed in combat in 2007. I was definitely thinking about him while I was out there, absolutely.
We're just discussing where we're going to set up real quick.
2007, the same year a sniper's bullet nearly took his life.
If the bad guy had just waited, the building he was in was where we were going, and that was going to be our end of mission. We would have cut our Humvees off, we would have got out, we would have probably took our vests off, took our helmets off, relaxed. But somebody upstairs was looking out for us and knew that was about to happen. So.
Timing. It's often the difference between killed in action and a Purple Heart.
How often do you think about that, though? I mean,
yeah.
It could have been so different, right?
4 years later,
2011.
Joe Caranti volunteered with the Marine Corps.
Why'd you do it?
I always wanted to do it. My grandfather was in Korea, and I never knew him, but I always had a sense of connection to him.
In 2013, he was in Afghanistan. It was the beginning of the end of America's longest conflict.
The biggest worry that I have is that my brothers and sisters in service feel like what we did wasn't worth it. And just because it didn't end the way we wanted it to doesn't mean that you didn't do something great for your country.
And visiting these memorials, the Marine Corps, the World War II, are ways for all of us to check in and check up.
There needs to be one at some point for what you all did.
Sure. I heard the lady on the tour bus earlier, she was talking about that they're building one here for Desert Shield and Desert Storm, which when she said that, it made me think about what you just said, that there will be one for Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom.
I still feel like a young man, you know? I feel like when you start making memorials and all that stuff, that it's almost like that stuff's over and we're moving on. So I guess it's a little bittersweet for me, but I would definitely bring my kids here. I can say, you know, this is what Dad did.
Well, actually, good afternoon and welcome to the wall.
58,281 names.
Amen.
Mike Stubbs went to war with 200 of them.
No mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great. Duty first was our motto.
Surrounded by those who came home, but those who still wear the burdens of the battles and the times, his message was simple.
You are appreciated, you had a job to do, and you did it well.
Yet I still walk with this wall. I see these pictures that are here. These were young men just like I was.
George Prowse was a very young man in 1965.
We were just young, and we thought we're going to go over there and end this war.
That would be years away. Gratitude at home would take even longer.
We got back, and then they were saying, don't wear a uniform because people will make fun of you. And they would yell at us and say, how many babies did you kill? And you're thinking, this is America still.
It left emotions buried and stories unspoken.
I cried.
Like those of Ronald Payne Sr.
Here's what I saw.
He was days away from coming home in 1971 when his job changed.
Went from a clerk to a machine gun in a recon infantry unit where we go out and look for the enemy.
It was a job where friendships didn't last long.
I'll give you a hand. I meet you on Monday. Wednesday, I come back from a mission, and all I see is rifle in the ground, helmet on top of it, and that represents you. I'm 19. No explaining, that's the first time I saw somebody dead. Saw you on Monday, your helmet and boots on Wednesday.
Those are the wounds stubborn to heal.
If you have not yet, please open up to your families, your friends. Tell them what you did. War pulls us back time and time again to relive the glory, the pain, and the heartbreak. The memory of battle is what makes it difficult to go on sometimes, and we are never as we were before, and yet we persevere.
They do, and on this day they can do so knowing they're appreciated.
I want to thank you for your service.
I've been waiting a half a century. That's how important it is. So to see that wall and to see these comrades, I'm finished. In essence, I said at the wall, there's nothing else I need to do in life, period, because I'm truly home.
In the gray and drizzle, a crowd gathered around a handful of old soldiers.
And we remember these heroes and celebrate those with us today.
Heads bowed, and a prayer was shared.
So today, we honor you.
For the men who fought the forgotten war in Korea. A flag folded tight was handed to 97-year-old James Taylor.
Tell me what this, in your lap, what this means to you, have this flag.
I never expected anything like this. I can't believe the love that we have been shown. It just gets me.
With thousands of North Korean troops, mostly the soldiers were young.
The troops push on against the Reds.
The war lasted 3 years. What many miss while visiting the memorial is the casualty rate was higher than World War II or Vietnam. Clyde Thomas was there in the final year.
I was on outpost Harry, as a matter of fact.
His job, forward observer. He was to keep an eye on the enemy line.
And if they try to attack us, I want you to holler, let them know that they're coming so we can get ready and, damn, that's pretty crazy, right? But I volunteered.
And he almost made it home unscathed. If you look closely at his hat, you'll see the Purple Heart on it.
A mortar round came in and got three of us.
He was wounded on the last day of the war. Just one of many stories worthy of thanks.
You didn't get that when you came home, so...
No, I didn't.
What's that like? How does that make you feel now?
Well, it makes me feel important. Let's say it makes me feel appreciated. Maybe the war is not forgotten.
Attention, their faces turning red.
Mail call, mail call.
Shouted out above the din of cabin noise.
Mail call, mail call.
2 words that a lifetime ago
mail call, mail call.
provided a lifeline back home.
Small package.
Each envelope is packed with notes, cards, and drawings.
I could tell the kid made that right there. That was so nice.
Robert Neal couldn't believe what he was seeing and reading.
And I was just thinking just then that these are the most letters I ever got in my whole time in services.
Some of these folks never even had their brothers or sisters say thank you to them, and imagine having a handwritten letter to just commemorate that. It's amazing.
Mail call, mail call.
Shauna Halajian was one of those, shouting out the names, delivering the messages.
Thank you, sir.
Mail call.
You know how much time that each person put into writing those, and then imagine like all of that love, that caring, that support in one envelope. I mean, it's a little hard to read their names sometimes because you know what's inside.
Stand proud as your true American hero with respect and admiration. So that's all I can say. I can't say no more.
Maybe, but after the plane was back in Charlotte, our community had a lot more to say. To all of them. They said it in waves and cheers, flags and posters.
Still my heart. It's awesome.
Adults and kids.
It touches my heart, especially when a little boy reached out and grabbed my hand. That brought tears to my eyes.
Finally, they were welcomed home.
This all stemmed back to a conversation almost 35 years ago. Neighbor came back from Vietnam, didn't get to welcome home. This came up, this is our way of giving thanks. It's long overdue.
Pico Iannelli is the leader of the team that coordinates all this.
This is the first time in 40, 50, 60, 70 years that these men and women are actually talking and telling stories with the families. After 40 years of holding it on to them to be able to share, begins their healing journey, and that's why we do it.
I'll tell you what, son, if you do me a favor, be the best boy you can be. Okay?
One last mission.
Weather's fairs!
Completed to perfection.